Yo, yo. So yesterday I downloaded this game, um, Halo Master Chief Collection, and I haven't played Halo since I actually lost my vision. Halo used to be one of my favorite games, so of course I had to download this. So inside of this game, it has a bunch of different games. Um, has like a couple of anniversary edition games, Reach, Halo 3, Halo 2, ODST. So I'm gonna check it out and just see how accessible
Firefight button.
it is. And right off the bat, I was really excited about the menu narration.
Options and
Pretty
career.
decent.
Extras. Option. Fire. Create. Button.
So one thing I did notice is that although it is accessible as far as the menu goes, and even the pause menus are accessible, the gameplay is not. So even though if you have the option and ease of access to let games read to you, playing the first Halo Combat Evolved is not accessible, so it's a little bit tough. I went on into multiplayer and played a little bit, and I noticed that the sound is not as dynamic as like a first-person shooter like Gears of War 5 is. So yeah, and another thing is like for your score when you're playing multiplayer, it doesn't read it. So a little bit different from Gears of War 5. But I'm going to play a little bit and see if I can, get the most out of this. Because like I said, Halo used to be like one of my favorite games. From getting the first Xbox and playing Combat Evolved all the way through, Halo 2, and then getting a 360 for when Halo 3 came out. And then that was around the time that I lost my vision, so everything else after that I've never played. But there's tons of games in here, so anyway, let's check this out.
Firefight. Create. Multiplayer. Campaigns. Button.
You got campaigns, which means you can play through all of the different
Halo. Reach. Button.
games. And I guess the way that they have this set up is it's in like the it's in the way of the story. So I guess Reach,
Halo. CE Anniversary. Button.
and then Combat Evolved was the first
Halo 2. Anniversary. Halo 3. Button.
And 3, which is one of my favorite. I really like multiplayer on
Halo
that
3. ODST. Button.
And I've never
Halo
played
4.
that one.
Button. Cross game
Never played that one
playlists.
either.
Button.
Now the cross game playlist is for playing with people who have Xbox Game Pass on PC. Supposedly, I was trying out with one of my friends, and he invited me, and it wouldn't let us play together. So I don't know, but that could have been that he wasn't in the right playlist or whatever too. So.
Halo 4. Button.
But yeah, it's pretty dope. So if you have Game Pass for Xbox or for PC, you get the whole Master Chief Collection pretty much for, for just the amount that you pay for your Game Pass subscription. It's really dope. I noticed on there too in that Game Pass is like all the Gears of War is on there too. Those are pretty dope.
Halo 3. ODS.
All
Halo
right.
3. button,
So
campaigns,
we can go back
multiplayer,
to
button, social games, button,
and you get to pick social, or you get to pick like ranked,
competitive games, button,
or more
custom multiplayer, button.
And then another thing that I've always liked about Halo multiplayer is they have weekend events. So they have like double XP for, you know, certain weekends and all kinds of stuff like that. And they come out with new types of games to play. Oh, you know what? Halo, I think Halo 5, I think it's Guardian. I think that's what it is. It's not in here, but it is on Game Pass, and you can download it if you know, you're into getting that one. I don't know why it's not in this collection. Probably a good reason, but yeah.
Competitive games, social games, button,
social.
multiplayer social games. Press keys for actions, toggle text chat left thumbstick, game preset custom, play, button, game preset custom, spinner, game preset any, spinner, game preset slayer, spinner.
So these are just the options, since all these multiplayer games stretch across all these different Halo games. The multiplayer selection screen was pretty detailed, and you can go in and you can turn on or turn off any game that you don't want to play multiplayer in, which is really dope. So if all you wanted to do is play Halo 2, you could turn off all the other games and it would search in just Halo 2. But I don't know. I guess maybe there's people playing Halo 2 now that this collection has come out. So I don't know. But that's pretty old. In Combat Evolved, I played in a multiplayer game, and yesterday it was actually, you know, pretty cool. People were in there playing, so I think this has kind of reinvigorated the multiplayer for all these games, really.
Game size 4v4, spinner.
Alright, so we're gonna do
game preset objective, spinner. Game preset action sack, game preset SWAT, spinner. Game preset snipers, game preset team doubles, game preset rumble hit, spinner. Game size 8 player, FFA. Game size 4v4, spinner. Halo, Reach, checkbox, on. Halo, CE anniversary, checkbox,
and we'll just
on.
Leave it on, because, you know, it doesn't really
Auto
matter.
Slayer, checkbox, off. Flag and bomb, checkbox, off. Auto Slayer, Precision Slayer, checkbox, off.
Alright, and then these are kind of like the weapons, I think, that are loaded.
Auto Slayer, flag
like
and
that.
bomb, checkbox, off.
Oh no, these are the type of games.
Zone control,
want, like,
checkbox, on.
Zone control games, like King of the Hill.
Asset denial, checkbox, on. Action
like
sack, checkbox, on. SWAT, checkbox, on. Snipers,
games,
Halo 4,
all that
checkbox,
kind of
action
I used
sack,
to play snipers
checkbox,
all the time.
on.
And they used to have this one that was called Snipers and Shotguns, and that was like one of my favorites. And then they also had one called Swords, where it was just pretty much people running around with swords. So that was a really dope thing. What else did they have that I used to play a lot? They used to have duos where it's like 2, and I think they still have that, but it was one where you were on a quad and you had a rocket launcher. So that was always pretty dope.
Halo 4, Halo 3, game preset custom, play, button.
Let's see what we can
Multiplayer find game. Press keys for actions, toggle text chat left thumbstick, back B, options and career menu, roster X, view last carnage report Y, group, view maps in this playlist, button. Searching for players. Connecting session. Connecting session. Connecting session. Connecting session. Searching for more players. Searching for more player. Text chat input. Press keys for actions. Back B, select A, toggle multiplayer find game. Press keys for actions, toggle text chat left thumbstick, options and career menu, roster X, view last carnage report Y, group, view maps in this playlist, button. Connecting session.
SWAT. Kill the enemy team to score. Gain the lead.
Thought I'd turn this off.
Suicide.
Oops.
Gain the lead.
Looking off the edge of the map. Sound is pretty bad. Yeah, it's really bad. Yeah, it's pretty bad. Even when turning on my headset with superhuman hearing, it's bad. This sound is terrible. Alright, let's see about footsteps over. Well, somehow I'm gaining achievements.
Enemy team nearing victory. Game over.
Yeah, it was whack.
Press keys for actions, toggle text chat left thumbstick, back B, group, blind B.O.G multiplayer find game. Press keys for actions, toggle text chat left thumbstick, back B, options and career menu, roster X, view last Carnage report multiplayer social games. Game preset custom, play, button, multiplayer campaigns, button, multiplayer, button. Create, button.
Alright, so that's pretty much multiplayer. And the 3D audio for that is pretty bad. Like, I could barely hear the direction that people were shooting at me from. So that's pretty bad. I don't know what game that was in though. That's another thing that kind of sucks. Is don't really know what game that was in or whatever. And I'm not entirely sure if the audio will change depending on the game that is played from older to newer. I'm thinking it probably will stay the same since they probably redid a lot of the old stuff to bring it into an online with the newer stuff, the newer titles. So the sound, yeah, sounds pretty bad. But other than that, it's pretty easy to move around. Of course, if you played other Halo games, easy to shoot and all that kind of stuff. I know a couple of people who are blind who have, kind of like me, who have actually played Halo and stuff like that, since they had vision before. So, it's kind of like riding a bike. You always know all the buttons and stuff like that. Pretty much the same buttons. But I don't know, with the sound, as bad as it is, there's no way. Well, I mean, I'm not gonna say there's no way, but take a whole lot of practice to be able to get, all those killing sprees and medals and all that kind of stuff. But if they wanted to include, things for spatial awareness, that would be dope. Include sounds for hit markers, that would be really dope. So when you're shooting, when you hit a target. Because as of right now, you don't really hear anything. I mean, you could be shooting at the wall, and with Halo, the maps, the maps are done so that there's tons of stuff when you jump you can fall off of. That's kind of like how it is. So if you're not careful, you could always fall into emptiness. And like I did at the beginning of that, it said suicide, which is kind of cool. They do have a voice, and they do have a voice to say when people join the chat, the voice chat and stuff. So that's kind of cool. But there's no audio noise for the map. When your shield is down, there's always been an audio noise for when your shield is down, and it's regenerating, so that's good. But other than that, I don't know. I think they should have noise for objectives if they're wanting to make this thing really accessible. Because I mean, yeah, the menus narration is cool, but that doesn't make the game accessible. So, I mean, and if you're doing menu narration, why not take it a step further and throw in some extra sounds for, different things. Like in Gears of War 5, when you're shooting and you're almost out of ammo, you hear a noise, so you know that you're about to run out of ammo. So that's always good. And of course, the ping noise for the fabricator in Gears of War 5 is awesome. Keeps you knowing, where your team is as far as the surrounding area, that kind of thing. That's always dope. But yeah, I'm gonna check out some of these other Halo games to see that are in this bundle, to see if the accessibility is different.
Firefight, options and extra, options and career, options and career. Press keys for actions.
The options are
toggle
pretty
text
cool.
chat left thumbstick.
One thing that
back B,
this
group,
this
season 1
has that
menu
Gears
item
doesn't is the ability to turn on an option that puts your aiming reticle in the middle of the screen. It goes back to the middle of the screen, so that's always really cool.
Customization menu season 1 menu item customization player ID menu item career menu item my files settings menu item.
So I haven't gone through all these.
Options and career settings controller setup. Horizontal look sensitivity 3.5 horizontal look sensitivity horizontal look sensitivity 5.5 horizontal look sensitivity 4 horizontal vertical look sensitivity 3 look acceleration 5 look axial dead zone 12% look radial dead zone 12% aim control modern button layout universal default thumbstick layout default look inversion not inverted flight inversion disabled D-pad and buttons default, bumpers and triggers default, auto look centering disabled, spinner. Auto look centering enabled, spinner.
That's pretty cool. So that, you know, if you just happen to be looking up and you let it go, it'll go back to the default. So that's always
Crouch
dope.
behavior hold, spinner. Vibration enabled, theater turn sensitivity normal, spinner. Theater panning hold to pan, theater speed normal, theater thrust normal, spinner. Button layout aim horizontal look sensitivity options and career. Press keys for action. My files, settings, leaderboards, setting, my files, career, my files, menu, my files blind OG 83. Press keys for action. Select, button, game types, tab item. Map variants, tab item.
Oh, this is for like Forge. So you can make your own maps.
Options and career.
Forge.
Career.
That's actually
menu item. Player ID. Menu item.
Forge is
main menu screen. Press keys for action. Multiplayer. Create. Forge. Button.
Forge used to be really dope.
Reach. Button. Halo 2. Anniversary. Button. Halo 3. Button.
Halo 3.
Multiplayer Halo 3 Forge. Press keys for actions. Choose map, group, construct, menu item.
I'm gonna choose Valhalla.
Construct,
I remember.
menu item. MLG Construct 8, MLG Construct TS, ML Construct, menu item. Choose map, tab item. Choose game type, tab item. Choose game type, choose game type, choose map, group, construct, menu item. Epitaph, construct, epitaph, guardian, high ground, isolation, menu item. Last resort, narrows, sand trap, snowbound, the pit, Valhalla, menu item.
There we go. I remember Valhalla. It was like one of my favorite maps. It's the map with 2 bases on each end. And there's like there's a river that runs through it. There's a hill. And the bases have these I don't know, there's like these jump things where you run up and they launch you across the map, like halfway across the map, maybe 1/4 across the map, something like that. That was always really dope.
Forge, menu item. Assault, Forge, menu item. Assault, capture the flag. Forge, menu item. Accept options, button. Launch game, group, start, button.
Oh, let's see here.
Cancel, tab item.
Honestly, I'm not really sure what all that is. So usually the spawn point was right behind the base, if I can remember that correctly. So we used to have to run up. Oh, but it sounds like they spawned me close to the water.
Halo 3 multiplayer paused. Press keys for actions. Toggle text chat left
like
thumbstick. Backbeat. Roster X. End game. Menu. Leave. Menu item. End game. Start new round. Save as. Settings. Menu item. Start settings. Menu item. Options and career settings. Controller setup. Horizontal look sensitivity 3. Horizontal. Vertical. Horizontal look sensitivity 3. Halo 3 multiplayer paused. Press keys for actions. Toggle text chat left thumbstick. Backbeat. Roster X. Group. Settings. Menu item.
Alright, so let's see what we can find here. can go back here. So yeah, with Forge, you supposed to be able to like build and all that kind of stuff. But honestly, I don't know how they could have made this accessible. Think about it. I'll have to look through all this stuff. Let's see. Yeah.
Halo 3 multiplayer paused, end game, end game. Ending the game will do so for everyone. Do you wish to continue? Custom, no, button. Halo 3 multiplayer paused. End game, end game. Ending the game will do so for everyone. Do you wish to continue? Custom, no, button. End game. Ending the game will do so, yes, button.
Game
There we
over.
go. So yeah, I think it's pretty cool that the menus are narrated, but
Press keys
I
for
think they got
actions, toggle
a
text
lot
chat
of
left
stuff to
thumbstick,
do
group,
in order to make
blind
it
Og 83,
close to
button.
being like really accessible. At least accessible in the definition for someone who's blind.
Multiplayer Halo 3 Forge. Choose map, group, construct, menu item, choose map, tab item, Forge screen. Press keys for Halo 2, and Halo 4, button. Forge, button. Theater, button.
Oh, theater. That was always dope. You could like make movies and clips out of your gaming. So
Forge,
go in here
menu item.
and look
SWAT,
into
menu item.
what I played on Squad, or what I played with
Start,
Squad.
button.
So this was the multiplayer game that I played earlier.
SWAT. Kill the enemy team to score. Gain the lead.
So this, of course, will show me jumping off the side of the map and committing suicide.
Suicide.
And shooting. Oh, there we go.
Gain the
And
lead.
shooting that shit all willy-nilly. Alright.
Halo 2, anniversary settings, leave, menu item, theater. Are you sure you want to end the yes button?
So yeah, it's pretty dope, I guess. I think what I'm gonna do is
Create
end
screen.
this video here in a little bit.
Press keys
And
for
I'm gonna
actions.
go into
Back B.
each of these other
Select
games
A.
in campaign
Roster
mode
X.
and see how
Campaigns.
accessible
Button.
it is. because it'd be pretty cool to be able to play any of these games, with a little bit of help in game, be able to play a lot of them. So, yeah, like I said, I'm gonna explore this a little bit more, and I might make another video if I find out some new stuff. If you haven't already, subscribe, like videos if you like the content, and I'll catch y'all on the flip side. Peace out.